Hello everyone, let us solve the following. Suppose you are shooting an arrow from the top of a building at a height of 6 meters to a target on the ground at an angle of depression of 60 degrees. What is the distance between you and the object? Okay, so here you stand on the top of a building which is 6 meters height from the ground, and you are shooting an arrow. Okay, you are hitting a target. You have the angle of depression of 60 degrees. Then we need to find out the distance between you and the target here. Okay, let's start solving it. So this is the for your clear understanding. Say suppose this is a building, and there you have stood here, and this is the angle of depression. Here the object is lying. Okay, it becomes the angle of elevation, right? From the figure we can easily understand this one. Okay, angle of depression, and this becomes the angle of elevation. Okay, see, it is marked. X is the angle of depression and Y is the angle of elevation. Clearly you observe, right? So, and of course this is the observer's eye, and it is the horizontal of that particular to the observer's eye, but object is there on the ground here. Okay, this is known as the line of sight, right? So here we are going to find out this distance, this length only. That means this is the distance between the observer and the object. Okay, so this is the angle of depression, and this becomes the angle of elevation. Okay, right. So we are given that we need to find the distance between you and the object. Okay, and it is told that you are shooting an arrow from the top of a building at a height of to a target on the ground at an angle of depression of 60 degrees. Height of the building is given 6 meters. Okay, and the object is there on the ground. You are hitting with when angle of depression is given as 60 degrees. Okay, so what do we know? We know that the angle of depression is the angle between the horizontal line of sight of an object and the object which one is seeing. Okay, so this is the object that one is seeing. That means here you are seeing. Okay, so this is the horizontal line. So angle of depression is nothing but it is the angle of between the horizontal line and the line of sight. Okay, right. Now let us draw it as a figure. Let ABC be the right angle triangle, and here we are given according to the question that the angle of depression is 60 degrees, right? And we can say that angle CAD is 60 degrees. Angle CAD is 60 degrees. Okay, and if you observe clearly, angle CAD and angle ACB, angle CAD and angle ACB, both are alternative angles, interior alternative angles, we can say. Okay, so what do we know? Alternative angles, interior alternative angles are equal. Okay, so simply we can write that angle ACB is also 60 degrees. Okay, because angle CAD is 60 degrees, angle ACB becomes 60 degrees because they are alternate interior angles. Okay, both are same. Okay, but what we have concluded here, it is nothing but the angle of elevation. It is nothing but the angle of elevation. So from the given angle of depression, we are able to draw the angle of elevation as 60 degrees. Okay, right. Now what is given again? Height of the building is 6 meters and angle of depression is 60 degrees. The angle of depression equals to the angle of elevation from the target on the ground, that we have concluded with the help of alternate interior angles. Okay, so the angle of elevation becomes 60 degrees here. Okay, and now we have this angle which is acute 60 degrees, and ABC is a right angle triangle, we are saying. right? Now, let us apply the sine function here. Trigonometric identity, simple trigonometric identities. What do we know? Sine theta is equal to opposite side by hypotenuse. We are talking, we are considering with respect to the angle of elevation, 60 degrees. Okay, so sine theta becomes opposite side by hypotenuse. What is opposite side with respect to 60 degrees? It is nothing but the height of the building, AB. Hypotenuse is nothing but the AC, which is the distance between the observer and the object which is on the ground. Okay, so we are just substituting all those values here. Okay, now let us substitute the values in sine theta. AB by AC. Sine theta is nothing but 60 degrees. That is the angle of elevation. Okay, so sine 60 is equal to opposite side. That is nothing but AB. AB is equal to 6 meters by AC. AC is the hypotenuse. Okay, so we are just transposing the terms. So we need to find out AC. So AC, we are getting it on the left hand side. AC is equal to 6 by sine 60. But we know sine 60 is root 3 by 2. Just substituting that value, 6 by root 3 by 2. That means, simplification. How can we do? 6 by root 3 by 2 becomes 6 into 2 by root 3. Yes or no? So it becomes 12 by root 3, and we are multiplying both, numerator and denominator by using root 3 by root 3. That is nothing but 1. But for simplification, we are making it as root 3 by root 3. Okay. So 12 into root 3 by 3 into root 3. So root 3 into root 3. So here it becomes 12 into root 3 by root 3 into root 3 becomes 3. So it finally becomes 4 into root 3. What is 4 into root 3? It is nothing but the hypotenuse of the right angle triangle ABC. Okay, but what is this hypotenuse? It is nothing but the distance from the observer to the object. That we need to find it out. Yes or no? So here the distance between you means observer, and the object is 4 into root 3. Okay, but we know root 3 value. What is root 3 value? 1.732. So 4 into 1.7. So 4 into 1.732 is equal to 6.93 meters. So what is 6.93? Approximately it is the distance between you and the object. That means the observer and the object when the angle of depression is given. Okay, here we have used simple trigonometric identity, sine theta we have used. But we need to conclude that, the angle, when the angle of depression is given, we have equaled it with angle of elevation. Okay, by taking alternative interior angles, both are equal. So when we are able to derive all these things, by creating the image with the given, information in the problem, it is very easy for us to solve anything. So after having all these conclusions, what can we write? The distance between the observer, that is you, and the object is nothing but 6.93 meters. Okay, so very simple, because for every problem there will be a solution. Okay, so please like, share and subscribe. Thank you.